My name is Pat Jones. I'm the Senior Vice President of Operations for Six Flags. And I got to tell you, thank you very much for coming out today. When we picked this day, I had no idea it was going to be quite this cold. But it's a beautiful, brisk Carolina morning. And thank you for being here. Carowinds is one of the most visited attractions in the Carolinas. We attract and entertain millions annually. We help to drive tourism in South Carolina. Our guests come from the Southeast and, in fact, from all over the nation. Carowinds is a significant employer in the region. We employ both seasonal and full-time people, hiring thousands annually for the summer season and often giving many of our youth their first jobs and giving many more steady summertime employment. Nearly all of our guests and associates use I-77 to visit or work with us, including myself, a proud resident of York County. Ensuring they arrive safely is a priority. Making travel convenient and predictable is critical to the success of our business in our corridor and our community. Interstates are the lifeblood of the travel and tourism industry. With your support and leadership, this investment will help ensure our region is prepared for continued growth. Now, it's cool, but I have the distinct honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce the man who has wisely led our great state of South Carolina for the last 7 years and brought attention to and focus to our business corridor, Governor McMaster.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me okay? Could you hear her? We can't hear anything back there. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll be brief. It's cold. I want to just ask, how many of y'all have ridden on that thing right over there, that big one? Hands? How many will never get on something like that? Okay. I know it's exciting. I remember when I was in high school, I wasn't doing too well in the first couple of grades, so I ended up going to a little school in North Carolina. We used to come drive through on the bus through Charlotte. And boy, it has sure changed over those years. It's a beautiful place. And this place, Carowinds, being right on the border, is exceptional. There's just not many places like this. And, you know, this is the sort of thing that the children just love, and the parents just love it because the children love it. It's a special thing. But I do have two announcements to make. One is about a man, the other is about some money. Starting with the man, I'm happy to announce that I'm nominating the former chairman of York County Council, Dr. Britt Blackwell, to serve on the South Carolina Department of Transportation Commission. That's an at-large seat. As you know, the Transportation Commission is very important because that's how the traffic moves around. If there's any place that needs traffic moving, it's in this area. He is extremely qualified. He was born and raised in Rock Hill, attended public schools in Rock Hill, second class to graduate from Northwestern High School. He received his BS in zoology at Clemson, and in 1985 he graduated from the University of Alabama in Birmingham School of Optometry. 1994 to 2002 he served on the Rock Hill School Board. From 2007 to 10 he served on the State Board of Education. In November 2010, he was elected to the York County Council, serving on council until December of 22. For 8 of those 10 years, he served as chairman. While he was serving as York County chairman, he helped form the I-77 Alliance, which is going to be one of the most prosperous areas of our state. It's for regional economic development with Chester, Fairfield, Richland, and then Lancaster counties. After he left office, starting in 2023, he chaired the 6-member Citizen Commission overseeing the local Pennies for Progress referendum campaign. And as you remember, that provided the funds for local sales tax for infrastructure improvements in York County. In 1997, the York County had already approved the first Pennies for Progress program. At that time, it was the first one in the state. And the program had been presented to citizens York County 4 more times, and it passed each time. And what has that done? That has allowed York County to leverage millions of state and federal dollars, which were used for numerous infrastructure projects throughout South York County, including the widening of I-77. Dr. Blackwell married Martha in 1981. She graduated from Winthrop, where my mama and aunts and grandmama went to school. They have 2 children, a son Philip and a daughter Christina. And as you can see, Dr. Blackwell is highly qualified. And with this local leadership on transportation issues, he will contribute mightily as a member of the South Carolina Department of Transportation Commission. And I go through that biography because it is important that you know that the people serving on that commission know what they're doing. And this man knows what he's doing. He knows what he's going to do. And as you know, we love to hear from people. If you got an idea, let us know, but he'll be open to you. And that's one reason I'm so proud to have made this announcement. Now for the money, $2 million in a feasibility study. I'm going to ask the state for that in the budget that I'll be submitting. And that involves an important task of planning for the future infrastructure needs of this place. If you travel around and you look on your iPhone and you look at the highways and you look for the red dots and the red lines, they're always around here, plenty of them. So we need to be able to flow through more quickly, and that's what is going to happen. This area is growing. The car manufacturers are coming in, all kind of manufacturers are coming in, high tech. We just got selected to be an innovation and technology hub by the federal government, one of 12 in the United States. Our research university is the best technical college system in the world. Beautiful mountains. Oh, I didn't know this, but half of the salt marsh on the East Coast is in South Carolina, and half of that is in Beaufort County. We have things in this place that nobody has anywhere else. 7 distinct geographical districts in South Carolina. And so that's one reason people are coming. That BMW, you probably know, they put out a new car every minute and 6 seconds. That's fast. And the only thing I think is growing more productive are the elementary schools around Fort Mill. I think they have one of those coming up every week or so. But I-77 is 610 miles long from transportation. It goes through the states of Ohio, West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The northern end of I-77 is in Cleveland, and the southern end is in Casey, right down the street. The first or last exit on I-77 in South Carolina, depending on which way you're coming, is exit 90 at the Carowinds Boulevard in Fort Mill. Exit 90 has been referred to as the entrance to South Carolina. Construction on exit 90 started in 1971 and was completed in 1975. Today, roughly 40,000 vehicles travel through the interchange every day, and that number will continue to grow, and that's why we're here. It's time to plan. So our state is becoming a model of commerce, conservation, and preservation, and with good people in these offices, it will stay that way. We have industries, businesses coming in from all over, the Scheffler Group, USA, Britax, Ross Stores, Southeast Distribution Center, LPL, Financial, Domter Paper, Carowinds, and many, many more. And as I mentioned, next month when I release that executive budget, we're going to ask for $2 million to do that feasibility study. I'll finish up by saying, because I want you to tell the children this, why are all these people coming to South Carolina? Why are they coming? Is it because of the climate? Is it because of the mountains, the ocean? Some states don't have mountains. Of course, very few have oceans. We have a lot of water, the rivers, but our people came here over the years, starting way back with the Spanish and French when they were fighting, and we ended up with the English opening up the colonies in 1670 down in Charleston. As you remember, who came over there? Weren't any rich people coming over. People were coming over to escape religious persecution, to look for a new life, all that. Where'd they come from? They came from 8 European countries. 8 countries. They came from 21 West African cultures that now comprise 4 West African countries. And they came from 25 Native American or Indian nations. And the names of those nations are on our rivers and streams all over South Carolina. No other state has the long, consequential, deep history than ours does. And that's why we must be very careful with what we're doing, and that's why we must plan, and use our heads. So I'll finish up with one more thing. The people, two statements. Mark Clark was a great general World War II, later president of the Citadel. He said, South Carolina has more patriotism per square inch than any place in the world. The chairman of BMW, when they had their 25th anniversary just a few years ago, said, I'd rather have your hand and mine and your word than a signed contract. I have found no other state where people say that about the people. So I am proud of this place. I know you are proud of it too. And as long as we put good people in these offices to make decisions, and we have the community giving them the information and support, South Carolina is going right straight to the top. Thank you. Justin?
Thank you, Governor. My name is Justin Powell. It's my privilege to serve as the 17th Secretary of Transportation for South Carolina. First of all, Dr. Blackwell, we look forward to working with you on the SCDOT Commission. Your experience and knowledge on improving transportation infrastructure here in York County will be incredibly helpful as we move South Carolina's transportation network forward. Because of the bold action taken by the General Assembly in starting with the 2017 roads bill, South Carolina is making significant strides in improving its transportation network. And that includes projects right here in York County. Thanks to that 2017 roads bill, South Carolina DOT is making good on the promise of its 10-year plan on 4 key areas: pavements, rural road safety, bridges, and interstates. On our pavements, we've gotten nearly 1/4 of the 4th largest state highway system under contract to be repaved. And that includes 161 miles right here in York County. To help remove load postings and open closed bridges, we've set a target of 530 bridges to be rehabilitated or replaced. And we've gotten 370 of them underway, including 7 here in York County. South Carolina has the unfortunate distinction of having the nation's worst rural road fatality rate, and we're doing what we can to bring those numbers down on the 5% of roads where 30% of our fatalities occur. And that includes 15 miles right here in York County. It was said earlier that our interstates are the arteries of commerce for South Carolina. And we have 111 miles of interstate capacity projects happening all around South Carolina. Here, we've been working with our partners at York County, the State Infrastructure Bank, and the DOT team to make improvements on interchanges along I-77. We're currently under construction on a $93 million interchange project to rebuild exit 85 in Fort Mill on I-77 that's going to be complete by the end of 2027. We're also doing a $53 million widening on SC 160 to support those interchange improvements. We're in the design phase right now on exit 82, which is the Celanese Cherry interchange from Rock Hill, and we're moving ahead with our partners in York County and York County and the State Infrastructure Bank to make that happen. All of these are being designed to help improve the movement of people and freight through this fast-growing area in York County. The governor's proposal to do a feasibility study on exit 90 here at Carowinds is timely, given the explosion of traffic that we've seen in York County. Today, nearly 170,000 cars pass through at the North Carolina-South Carolina border on I-77. And that includes 40,000 cars passing through here on Carowinds Boulevard on the way to get onto that interstate. With South Carolina anticipated to grow by another 1 million residents in the next 20 years, many of them will end up right here in York County. So what will a feasibility study mean? Simply put, it is the first step in the process of studying and ultimately leading to a construction of a new interchange here. It will look at current and future traffic conditions based on the current and future developments that are going to occur in the area to determine what kind of interchange is needed at this location. A feasibility study will just define the scope of what needs to be done in terms of how far down Carowinds Boulevard we need to look at, as well as how far up I-77 and down I-77. And we'll look at what things are already underway south of here on I-77, as well as what's going on with our partners in the North Carolina, what they have working on their projects in I-77. It provides the foundation to start the permitting process so that we can work with regulators in an efficient and effective way. And ultimately, it will give decision makers a planning estimate on the budget and scope needed to build a new interchange. Again, it's a first step of many, but that first step is often the most important. We've made some tremendous strides in South Carolina improving our transportation network, and we'll continue to do so in the years to come. Now it's my honor to introduce Governor's Commission nominee, Dr. Britt Blackwell.
Can you hear me okay? All I heard were the heaters humming, so if I'm repetitive, forgive me, but I just want to say it's a great honor for the governor to appoint me to this governor's seat on the DOT board. In my 22 years of public service in South Carolina, I don't think I've seen a governor more dedicated to road infrastructure needs than Governor McMaster. And when you look at the whole state, he pretty much considers the whole state equally. If you're born in this area, especially if you served in local government, you're used to Columbia kind of regarding us as a little brother to the Charlotte metropolitan area. But to Governor McMaster's credit, he sees our area as just as important as any other area. When we sat down to talk in his office, it seemed for like 30 minutes last week, he made it clear he wanted somebody from the York County area and somebody that had a lot of road infrastructure knowledge. So I'm not going to go over, I believe he went over my experience, although I couldn't really hear everything because of all the heaters. But I'm going to take that experience and the knowledge gained, and I look forward to the vetting process with the Honorable Senate and the House. And once they approve me sitting on the DOT Commission, I'm ready to go 110% and give the dedication that the governor and the citizens of South Carolina deserve. If y'all remember me from my many years on county council, I always used to say that the roads are the arteries of life for a county, or in this case, a state, and that affects the quality of life that you have. So I look forward to working with Justin and the other commission members to make sure we have a great quality of life here in South Carolina. Thank you.
Good morning, and welcome to Fort Mill in York County. I tell you, when I first sat down, I was shivering, but over the past few minutes, I've begun to warm up, which tells me that hypothermia has begun to set in. So I'm not going to keep us very long today. We were talking with the governor a few minutes ago, and I said, Governor, when we're done, we're going to take a ride on one of the roller coasters. I'm not sure he's up for it, but I can remember working in this park when I was in my 20s. And my family lived in Rock Hill, and literally from their house to here was a 15-minute drive. Well, you can't drive anywhere in York County in 15 minutes. When people say, how far is it to so-and-so, I always go, that's about a 30-minute drive, because that's how long it's going to take you. The fact that we have the opportunity, not only to the work we're doing now on Exit 85 and Exit 82, but to plan for the future for Exit 90 is exciting. I'm excited about the possibilities of what Carroll Winds can become and what we can do together. I want to thank you all for being here, and now I want to introduce the chairman of the York County Council, Christy Cox.
Good morning. I don't know that there's much more that I can say to this, but on behalf of York County, and I am joined here today by two of my colleagues on council, Tom Audette and Debbie Cloninger, I do want to say thank you to Governor McMaster for being here to share his vision and investment on the I-77 corridor. Our border with North Carolina is a vital gateway for York County and South Carolina. Finding solutions to improve traffic flow and ensure safe travel for commuters, residents, and visitors to our area is a priority. The feasibility study that the governor spoke about today is a critical first step to explore the best options for the future of this exit and to continue the work that's being done by our councils, RFATs, and our delegation members to help improve our I-77 corridor together. We're grateful for Governor McMaster and grateful that he has included the funding in his budget. We also appreciate the leadership here at Carowinds Six Flags for their efforts and their continued investment in our community. I think just as Senator Johnson spoke, I'm a native here of York County. I grew up having a season's pass and coming to on the roller coasters. I had to stop doing that when I hit about 43. But I also had a job here in the laundry room, and so I think their investment is a big contribution to our community, and we look forward to continuing that and working together to make that happen. I also want to recognize our delegation members that are here. Aside from the senator, we have representatives Tara Bile, David Martin, and Mr. Ligon who are here. It's critical that we work together as a team to find solutions for what we have going on. And I also do want to say congratulations to Dr. Brett Blackell on his appointment to the SCDOT Commission. As a former colleague on the council, I know that he will be a strong advocate for us at the state, and he will represent us well. Thank you.
Well, folks, first of all, I want to say, again, there are a lot of alumni up on the stage of Carowinds, so thank you for all of our success. And there are a lot of people out in the audience that have worked on their own businesses in this area, and everything that the governor and his administration is doing to help support that growth is wonderful. So again, Governor, thank you for your focus. Now, with that, I am going to conclude this for right now. Governor, is there anything else you'd like to go? Hey, folks, again, thank you very much. I wish I could have made it hotter or warmer for you, but I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see you out here, and hopefully we'll see you again somewhere around the corner. All right. Good morning.